Hi guys, welcome to Batters Up, round 2 of our local Friday tournament. On our left we have Kyle playing Heart of Mastery Broly, and on our right we have our mono red player Steven. Steven's just going to charge the M2 and play the Cronoa right away, pretty much just saying no to Shugesh. It's just a necessary evil at this point, where everyone's just main decking Cronoas. So here, Kyle's going to charge the Planet Vegeta, just instantly playing the Successor and grabbing that Bardock. It's not too much, you know. If you know the Heart of Mastery deck list for Broly, it's just pretty standard stuff. You want to just go up the swap chain, get into that new promo Goku that has tap 4, swap 8, and then eventually, do your dual attack plays and then go into Victory Strike. And at that point, they try to combo out their hand to survive, where they can't even combo out the Victory Strike. So here we have a Bardock attacked, and then Broly attacked, and Steven took both of those, and then Kyle's gonna go into the 2-drop and just pass turn. And it's interesting to me. I don't know if he plays the Gohan 2-drop that has barrier. So from what I know, when I talk to him, he prefers the dependable, because they allow him to be more aggro, and it's more of his playstyle. Like he knows he needs to wait to go up the chain, but at the same time he does want to pressure out his opponent. So he's taking a pretty much unique take on the deck instead of just waiting. And Steven here is just, he did play the Yamcha, and then he's gonna attack. I wasn't really paying attention to what he got off of it, but he may have whiffed. I'm not too sure. So that Yamcha was to 20, and the Kyle did take it, and now, so Steven's really trying to put the pressure on here to make him drop down to 4, and that should be 25 if I'm not mistaken. And I believe he's doing that so he can overwhelm. And alright, so it's not the usual one where it gives a red leader +5 Java card. He's gonna go into Temporal Trunks here, and that's gonna let him look at 2 cards and pretty much let him fix his he can either stack his deck or put it in the bottom of the deck. So he's gonna attack, trying to make Kyle waste more cards, but he's just gonna use the Shugesh. Since he got Cronoa, it's just a dead card. At that point, it's just a 10k combo. And he does charge the Bardock here, so he doesn't really want to waste as much more life as he needs to. So at this point, he's really just gonna bide his time, and just really, like, he can do some aggro plays, but at the same time, like, mostly he's gonna do is just attack with the Goku and then swap out. So that's a 15 to the Yamcha, and Steven's just not gonna combo that out. He's just gonna let it die. And Kyle does have another Bardock, so let's see what he ends up doing here. He plays the Planet Vegeta, and let's see what he ends up searching here. So I think I saw an ape, so very interesting that he plays the apes on this list. So yeah, he is gonna grab the 3-drop there, and the thing is, like, he can't swap out now because he's at 1, and then if he was to awaken, he would be tapped out then. So it's like a weird position to be in. Does he just pass turn and hope his Goku lives so he can swap out again, or next turn, he goes into 3 and just plays it and then awakens? And at the same time, like, as long as he doesn't attack Steven's gonna have a hard time awakening unless he draws into Kabas or Intensifying Power Trunks. So here he charges the 2-drop Trunks, and that's seeing more popularity in the deck. It's another target for chain attack. It also has crit and 15, so it'll go up to 20. Very strong card. Very good 2-drop. So speaking of self-awakening 1-drops, here's the Trunks itself. And that's going to allow Steven to take 1. And that's going to actually be 20 to lead. And, oh, okay, so that's 25. Actually 30 to Kyle there. And that's kind of a hard decision whether he wants to combo that out. He knows that's not really worth it, because then he'll lose a lot of hand advantage. And alright, so you know, Steven again doing a really good job of setting up his drop area for overwhelm. And alright, so he's played the second Trunks, and that's, you know, that's really good, because now that's gonna help him awaken. And it's gonna really hurt Kyle there, because now his leader's gonna be 15. He's gonna attack, and then if he doesn't want to take it with his lead, he's gonna have to out combo here. And he does out combo the Trunks there for 20. I believe Kyle's at 3 life, so he can't really just take the damage for free there. Steven's gonna awaken on tapping 2. You know, untap 2 I feel like is just one of the better leader options. Like draw 2 is really good. Untap 1, draw 1 is you know, it's a mixture of the both. But untap 2 I feel is just overall the better awaken mechanic. Just because it extends your plays. It lets you tap out and still have energy to be defensive or offensive. So here he's actually gonna tap all 3, and the pan auto is gonna work on the For Glory Vegeta here. And that Vegeta is gonna get 2 attacks. And now Steven's gonna attack with Pan to lead, I believe, or it could have been the Goku. Either way, it's gonna get out comboed. So alright, so here Steven did attack the Goku, and yeah, this is not looking too good for Kyle here. You know, Steven able to get those 2-drops out really extended his plays and allow him to awaken. So now he's just in a really good spot here. Steven's one of the veteran mono red pan players. You know, he's been playing this deck for so long, and for you guys that don't know or haven't checked it out yet, he's also the person that topped the Valentine Day ARG at BATTER-UP with the hit leader, which was a pretty cool if you ask me. Really innovative player, really pushing pan to the limit, and just red in general. He puts a lot of hours into that. So here Kyle is pretty much going to do what pretty much just drop the 3-drop then awaken immediately. And he's gonna the tough spot is that I believe the Vegeta there can attack active battle cards, and that's gonna be an issue, because then he's gonna have a hard time keeping his 3-drop alive, and it's just not gonna allow him to get to the point where he can drop the Height of Mastery and just really just close out the game. You know, this is one of like the deck people feared for a while coming in when the promo was announced. But the thing is, like, the way the meta's shaped has been shaped. I don't know why I said shipped, so sorry. The way the meta's been shaped recently, most games last until turn 3 and 4. The Janemba matchup, probably one of the matchups where you can go to that the fourth and fifth energy. Most of these games, they don't really drag out, especially without Broly being a leader. You know, Broly BR really brought back aggro decks after the Banned Unlimited list pretty much hit Storm with the ban of the Goten. You know, a lot of people think the meta's pretty stale. I personally think it's in a really good spot. There's quite a variation of decks going around at the moment. So, all right. So let's just get back to the match here. Since I'm rambling on, Steven's just gonna go ahead and attack the Goku. You know, that Vegeta immediately standing right back up, gaining I believe 5k when he attacks. So, all right. Kyle keeping it alive by using a super combo. I don't believe he has many combo cards left. Like, I know he has Hide Mastery in his hand. I saw Champa. I saw Bloodlust. If he only has about maybe 4 or 5, 3 of them aren't going to be too useful. And oh, alright, so Steven here is going to play the Pan, but immediately entering with Bloodlust. That's just too strong of a card to let it resolve. That would have given the leader, the Trunks, and the Vegeta +5. And that's, I mean, well, +5 and double strike. And, you know, with Kyle being at 2 life, that could have, each attack could have just threatened lethal. So really good job of bloodlusting that. Pretty obvious though. And you know, Steven just not letting up on the pressure here, and Steven's an attack with lead, and I do believe Kyle took it, and now he's attacking with the Vegeta. So that should be 20, 30, 35, 45, I think, unless my math is wrong. So you gain +5 because you've reached stud. And alright, let's see if Kyle can out-combo this. So we have 25, 30. And no, he just has a handful of Champas and a handful of Height of Mastery. You know, showing what happens when the games go past turns 1 and 2, you know, I feel like Pan's at a really good advantage. If it wasn't for those Trunks, Steven would have really been in a spot where Kyle can just not attack and just hold off until he gets to his 4th turn. But because he was able to awaken, it was really good for himself. But yeah, very good game. Both players did really well. Please tune in on our round 3. That will be the final match for the week, unfortunately. I kind of messed up and didn't charge my camera fully, so in the midst of recording round 4, it did die earlier into the match. I do apologize about that. You know, I'm trying my hardest here to really bring you guys good quality content. So if you guys have any thoughts or anything I can improve on, please leave a comment. And all right, guys, GG's. Have a wonderful day.